Strategy number 5, leverage LMS to boost productivity. During face-to-face classes, most learning activities, if not all, are done in person. Accordingly, it is possible for educators to get by with minimal use of the learning management system. In fact, I saw one survey that showed almost 50% of teachers at a certain institution were not actively using their LMS. I was not surprised. Learning management systems can be loaded with tools to boost efficiency and enhance learning. Some LMSs may even include add-ons for increased functionality. All these tools can sometimes seem overwhelming, even for some tech-savvy educators. Furthermore, not all LMSs are equally intuitive. Regardless, leveraging the functionalities of the LMS is vital to efficient and effective online learning. Thankfully, we don't necessarily have to master the entire LMS. Best practice is to become proficient in those features that can enhance learning in your course. The trick is to tackle one tool at a time. Customize course homepage to centralize content. When students access your course on the LMS, they often land on the homepage. One of my best practices is to customize the homepage to give students quick access to relevant course information. Let's take a look at how I customized the homepage for my Spring 2021 online celestial navigation course. First, I made a list of items for which I wanted students to have quick access: course description, syllabus, Zoom links, course references, required course materials, instructor contact information and bio, and content browser. Best practice is to select only key items from the course syllabus for the list, so the homepage is not cluttered with information. I created a custom widget in Brightspace, if one was not available, for each item on my list. By the way, custom widgets can be shared with other faculty to use as a template. I also set up each link to open in a new window, so the homepage remained open in case students needed it. Next, I organized the widgets in a practical layout and saved. On the homepage, I placed the course description as an announcement at the top. Notice I included practical benefits of learning celestial navigation. The GPS signal can be jammed or hacked with some relatively inexpensive devices. Solar flares can affect GPS systems. The military might turn off GPS for national security reasons during a major conflict. Most importantly, a prudent mariner uses all available means to verify position and ensure the safety of the vessel and crew. Showing students why the course has more value beyond a passing grade can positively increase the perceived value of the course. For the Zoom link, I set up a recurring meeting for each class so that there was only one link for the whole semester. The link's presence on the home page can save some time, because students don't have to dig through emails for it. For course resources, I included a link to each one. Required course materials were listed as a reminder for students. You can also include links to outlets where students can purchase resources. Organize course content to facilitate navigation. Content can be organized in several ways depending on the course. However, the organization must progress in a logical flow to facilitate learning. Students need to be able to easily navigate and locate any part of the course content. For example, the Celestial Navigation course met synchronously online Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I created weekly course modules in order of complexity with dates. Each module had 3 submodules, one for each topic. If a topic was lengthy, I divided it into 2 or more parts, so I had only one part per submodule. Resources needed for the topic were placed in the same submodule. Quality check course content prior to release. Once your online course is active in the learning management system and has students enrolled, experimenting with or drastically changing content could have unintended consequences, unless you absolutely know what you're doing. Besides, students could end up receiving change notifications depending on settings in their notification preferences. This could cause confusion and lead to more questions. Learning management systems that I'm familiar with have a Sandbox feature. This is essentially an empty course shell that can be used to experiment with various tools and settings in the LMS without adversely affecting functionality. In fact, I like to think of a Sandbox as my safe and versatile personal workspace in the LMS. I create and quality check content such as quizzes, assignments, gradebook, and more in my Sandbox. If I need to modify an item in my active course, I export a copy of the item to my Sandbox for modification. I also use it to quality check SCORM-compliant content that I have created in other applications. Most importantly, I can add other professors and selected students to my Sandbox for them to test run certain content prior to exporting it to my active course. When I conduct LMS training workshops, I do my demonstrations in the Sandbox. If you do not have access to a Sandbox feature in your LMS, I recommend checking with your system administrator for information on availability and access.